All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. I hope you're ready for the snow coming up, right? We're excited about that. We're getting our big tub of like snow clothes out of the shed, getting ready for the snow to come. If you haven't looked at the weather lately, go check it out. I think my wife told me this morning that we're supposed to be something like 9 inches of snow tomorrow or Friday. I think it was supposed to be Friday. So there's still a couple of days. So I am anticipating stores being crazy. So if you're part of the crowd, hopefully I see you out there getting groceries and stocking up before we all get snowed in. It's funny, I used to live in Cheyenne. I was in the military, right, for 10 years, and I was stationed in Cheyenne, Wyoming the whole time, which is just right north of the Colorado border. So my wife's from Denver, and it's really close, about an hour and a half away. And they'd always get dumped with snow, but nobody would freak out because it was the norm, right? But around here, we get like 2 or 3 inches, and everybody starts kind of going crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. On your plate for this week. Oh, let me make one more announcement about this, and then I'll shut up about this next week. Don't forget, if people are missing classes in the future, I know everybody's here right now, but if you end up missing one in the future, I'm going to delete this section after this week just because that was 2 classes of talking about it. So all the Zoom recordings will go underneath the week it's talking about. So like if you missed Monday, you can see that we're within 2:8 to 2:14, and then Monday's video is right here at the bottom. So to kind of organize that a little bit better. For this week, we've got 4.3, multiplying and dividing rational expressions. It's basically multiplying and dividing fractions. But again, they're kind of nasty fractions because we're in Algebra 2. That's expected. As always, the interactive textbook with the pages that we're on, or the link to get to the Envision website, so you can use the PDF version or you can use the interactive textbook, is right there. The practice problems I'm asking you to do each week, please make sure you're doing those, right? Because I mean, math is one of those things where you have to do it for you to really understand it. So if you're serious about this, if you're serious about wanting to learn this material to prep you better for, subsequent math classes, make sure you're practicing this stuff and you know what's going on. As always, I recommend you have the solutions manual open when you're doing the practice problems. Just have it open, make sure you're on the right track, make sure you're getting the right answers. Extra practice, if you did a couple of practice problems and you still are kind of uneasy with it, just check out this extra practice section, and that'll tell you exactly where to go for more practice problems. And then our vocab and concepts and check-in are there for the week. So don't forget, I know I announced this on Monday, but let me just say one more reminder that if you need some help with this vocab and concepts, I am taking that data, those questions straight from the textbook. So make sure you have your textbook open and you're looking and reading through the lesson, searching for that information, because all that information is coming directly from that text. And then the check-in is like our weekly quiz. So make sure you have these both knocked out by Sunday, Valentine's Day at 11:59 p.m. Solutions manual and the video tutorials here for you to help. I think we talked about it last week, part 1 and part 2. That's just the lesson part, all the examples. It got split up because I accidentally hit pause and I had to stop it because I couldn't tell where it was at. So, but lesson part 1, part 2 is part of the lesson, and then part 3 is just the example problems or the practice problems I'm asking you to do. And then next week's material is unlocked. This looks a little bit different. Next week is only 2 days, right? Because we have Monday, Tuesday off. I was going to say Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but technically you guys don't have class on Friday. So we're only going to meet once next week. With that said, I didn't really feel comfortable going into the next session for 2 reasons. Because this week's material is no joke, right? It's not like something you can look at and like, oh yeah, in 5 minutes I get it, right? It takes a little bit of practice. There's multiple different situations happening, either multiplying or dividing fractions. So you can get a unique type of problem, which you might have to deal with a little bit different way. They're also talking about domain restrictions in there as well, if you haven't already started it. So it's not really, a light load for the week. So what I wanted to do is take next week, and what I did was uploaded a PDF. That PDF is inside this link right here. And that PDF is just a worksheet. So my video tutorial is me going through a handful of those problems and just re-emphasizing ideas that I already talked about in my video tutorial. So one thing I want to mention is if you're going through this video tutorial for the worksheet and you're like, Chapman, you're kind of, you're touching on things, but you're not going really deep into the concepts and really explaining it, I would suggest you go back to the video tutorial for the previous week, because I really went into detail with these videos. So for next week, all you're going to have on your plate is a worksheet. I think it's 16 problems. I think I did 4 or so for you. So you got 12 problems to knock out. And then I've got the key in there as well. So when you click on this, I'm going to go ahead and do it since we're on here together. When you click on this, the PDF is right here. You can print that off. You can write it down on a sheet of paper. It's totally up to you. It doesn't matter to me. And then the key, the answer key for that worksheet is right here as well. So have that answer key out. Make sure you're on the right track. Make sure you're getting the right answers. And then all the details are here. You're basically uploading a picture of it for your homework for the week. All right. Other than that, I think that's it. I don't think I touched too much on this, but this video tutorial is just me going through the worksheet and just emphasizing things and working through some problems again. So, all right. So I'm going to let the late people in. Feel free to chat or type something in the chat box if you got a question or unmute yourself.
Mr. Chapman.
Yes, ma'am.
So that worksheet that you just showed us, do we like have to do that?
Yes. Yeah, that's
Okay.
like your work for the week. So instead of doing a vocab and concepts and a check-in, that's your thing you're turning in for the week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Any other questions for me? I'm going to check the chat box real quick. All right, I'm going to hang back and talk with everybody that wants to talk about something. If you're good to go, spend the next 40 minutes or so on math. I hope you have an awesome weekend. Enjoy the snow, and let me know if you have any questions. Bye.
Have a good weekend.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thanks. Bye, Jade.
Have a good day.
Thank you too. I'm not sure who said that. It didn't say. Have a good day. Hey, Noe, I'm just going to type in here, or I'm just going to talk because I'm having a hard time typing. So that assignment is what unlocked for next week. So it's going to be due the 21st.
Okay, I wasn't sure if like you were trying to clarify that it was due for like this week, and I was like, wait, aren't we?
Sorry, I meant for it to be like it unlocked today. It's the next week's assignment because next week is only like 2 days of school.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm going to double check while you're on here and make sure that it says the 21st. Yeah, it does say the 21st in Canvas.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Have
Thanks,
a good
Noe.
weekend.
Bye, you too. Liam, Kyler, questions? So, Liam, how's it going to change? Good question. And I don't think anybody knows that answer. The little bit of details that I've been told is there's going to be some teachers that are going to be fully online for students that want to do that. But then they're also thinking of not doing that. They're thinking of just placing, I guess the easiest way to explain it is what they're thinking of is basically me going to the classroom, and students that want to choose hybrid can also go in there, but I'm just teaching a virtual lesson. So I'm teaching on the computer, I'm teaching on the board, which is being recorded. And then the students in the classroom are just going to be there, but they're not really going to be interacting, I guess. And they're basically going to be learning virtually, but they'll have me there for questions. It's really weird. I'm not sure what the deal is going to be, but yeah, is that answering your question, or are you wondering like a specific thing? Okay, cool. Sorry, I know it wasn't really clear, but the more information I get, the more I'll tell you. But honestly, they email us teachers. They email us like 15 minutes before they email all you guys. So we find out like 15 minutes before everybody else, which is, you know, whatever. But if I hear anything, I'll let you know. Cool. Thanks, Liam. See you, buddy. Kyler, questions? Kyler, you awake?